On Sunday, the Mariners put their 50th season celebration to bed by getting swept. Welcome to the Dom Skeen channel, your one-stop shop for the Mariners storylines on Seattle's minds. It's definitely been rough for everybody involved in any way, shape, or form. Hopefully, this New York series is better. That's the main thing we have to say. But the final takeaways from this weekend, that I want to do real quick as we move on to this New York series and flush this Tampa Bay series for good. Looking over, 229 expected batting average to the Rays, 260 in this one. So you don't even have that excuse. Out hit by more than double, 14-6. Don't have that excuse. Scored 4-1. You do have the excuse of, we were leading for part of the game because you score in the first inning. Mariners actually been scoring in the first inning a decent amount. Taylor Ward a triple. Cole Young bats him in right away, and then the Mariners don't do anything with the rest of their 27 outs. And that's pretty much it. Emerson Hancock gets into pitch count trouble early. That is how a team controls the zone and bees pests. And I mean, you get to see guys like Ryan Vilade in this series. Get to see guys really just going crazy. Like showing a lot of fight, showing a lot of approach, showing like a whole lot of I know what I'm doing and I believe in it, and I'm going to keep doing it no matter what. I always have that option. Ian Seymour, though, 16 swinging strikes on 98 pitches and 88.5 mile an hour average exit velocity. Changeup was his main pitch, 9 out of 31. Watch Ryan Weathers today. That's the problem that the Mariners are going to go up against. And then Cam Boozer for the second day in a row, Casey Legumina as well. Mats. Also, Brian Wu just gave up a massive blast to Chisholm that went just foul. So still is 0-0 game. We'll see if B-Woo can get out of this inning. But yeah, not totally sure. Man, that thing was in the upper deck of Yankee Stadium, it looks like. Anyway, Emerson Hancock, 10 swinging strikes on 96 pitches. A big difference from what Seymour gave the Rays. And it's not terrible from Hancock. It's just not good enough. I mean, he's supposed to be your 5-starter. Your 5-starter. When he gives you multiple pitches, 3 different pitches with multiple whiffs, 4-seam sinker, sweeper, you'd like to see that your team scraps hard enough where they put that other opposing pitcher under duress as well. But the length in this one, just Seymour gives the Rays more. 8 hard hits, the Mariners do hit the ball hard once again, but don't need to belabor that point, because didn't get the hits anyway. I will say this: Weston Wilson is somebody who I think should be playing more against lefties. I know it's ridiculous. I mean, you can't take Josh Naylor out of the lineup. You can't take Cole Emerson out of the lineup, but because those are kind of everyday players for different reasons. But I mean, today you see Weston Wilson in there. I'm going to pick him to homer in this game in Yankees. Actually, no, I'm going to pick the lefty. It's the short porch, right? It'd be nice. It's nice to pick a righty off of a lefty, though. So, I mean, nobody's going to see this, and it's already the first inning, the bottom of the first anyway. Hopefully, this first inning's over in a second. But to homer today, I'm going to go ahead and take. This isn't even the lineup. We're going to move on to that. All right, we're back to normal, guys. Back to even. It's been a struggle of a weekend. 1-0 podcast and with the Mariners. Oh, and Julio catches it. Good. Mariners get out of the first inning. So now we have to, and look at that expected batting average, 440, and that's before this. That was a 180 XBA flyout, but 375 to 182 on the XBA in early going right now. Mariners going to get another chance against Ryan Weathers, and we actually are going to, go based off of what Weathers is doing. So changeup is his main pitch so far, along with the slider, both 6 times in the first inning. Mariners got 20 pitches off him in the first inning. Keep doing that, obviously. You kind of need that every inning when you're this bad of an offense, right? The thing is, the Believe team and the CS Rise, all those type of teams had no problem. It's like, oh, we need 20 pitches an inning. Oh, no problem. We got that for you. We might not do a whole lot else, but you will feel like we put up a fight that inning. That's kind of what you need. So looking at this, yeah, 45% in the zone. So if you want to throw us less than half your pitches in the zone, we should be getting you out of there by the fourth inning. That's the part that, if I'm thinking like if we have a good approach, we shouldn't be down there in the zone rate. There's no other team other than like the Rockies and maybe I think the Guardians or somebody weird that you're able to throw the ball to so little in the zone and get such good results as a pitcher. Because usually you don't throw the ball in the zone, you don't throw strikes. You're just going to walk the bases loaded and give away so many pitches in at bats, and have to throw pitches to get back in the count. But teams don't feel like they need to do those last parts against the Mariners. That is the key right there for me right now. Is that's where the disconnect is. It's not that, it's not that that stuff doesn't help the Mariners, or that it shouldn't, right? The 45% in the zone should help the Mariners. The 67% zone swing isn't great. 2 out of every 3 times it's a strike that's coming at you is when you swing. I'd like you to swing, but again, this is not stuff where it's like they're thinking about the Z swing, right? Oh, I got to fix the zone swing. No, keep your eye on the ball, put the bat on the ball. It almost makes me want to go and swing off a tee. Edgar Martinez would famously take 1,000 swings off a tee every single day. Do you think the Mariners are doing that? Do you think that he's had them do that the whole time? Maybe. I'm not saying I have any idea about the process because I don't think it's evident anything about what the process is just from the results. You don't know what the Mariners have done exactly to try to fix this. You don't know exactly how to fix it. And it's not like the Mariners can tell you exactly what they've done, and you can pick that apart unless you're. You need like a hitting expert. Here's a crazy idea. Manny Ramirez was trying to get a job with an MLB team this past offseason, making himself available as a hitting coach. Not really a player connected to the Mariners at all. If anything, the opposite. But hey, anybody who's available as a hitting coach, I'm going to bring their name up at least. All right, Cole Young gets Ryan Weathers. I'm going to stream the rest of this inning. See what the Mariners can do. All right, 2-1 to Cole Young. In the zone, popped up, out of play. Okay, so there's a 4-pitch at bat. We need 6 pitches per at bat. So that's the magic number. 6 pitches per at bat is what we want, because 6 pitches per at bat, that'll get you 18 per inning. We'll get them out of there by the 5th inning. Quick hydration break. Everybody make sure you got your water by you. Make sure you hydrate. I think that's the one thing at least that we can all agree on. Low and outside sweeper. Back toward Cole Young. Not tempting him. Now, so 25 pitches, right? One more pitch. That's the magic number. It's a full count right now, so you do have to protect the plate. But good pitch by Weathers. 4-seamer. Middle outside. Right on the outside edge. And Cole Young swings on it, puts a good, a pretty good level swing on it, but ends up popping it up still, so he's under it. And 3-2 again on the way. Cole Young fouls it off of his foot. So that's 7 pitches in that bat, right? This is exactly what you want if you're the Mariners. 1 over every pitch. I might as well just be streaming every pitch from the rest here through the rest of the season, huh? All right. So Cole Young on his 8th pitch now of the at bat. Already good at bat. Another full count. Does he get something in the zone to crush? No. He hits it to the shortstop. And he's out by just a hair. So a good at bat by Cole Young earns him a pitch Um, he doesn't even really get a good pitch to hit. Again, Ryan Weathers, this might have been out of the zone that gets put in play. I know I should switch over and do a watch along if I'm gonna, but not really doing a watch along, just doing a little something. Slick play by Ryan McMahon. Pretty surprising, to see Ryan McMahon making a good defensive play. But again, you do just have to hand it to every team the Mariners face, right? Wrong. Mariners are gonna get these guys today. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Mariners are getting these guys today. Cal Raleigh, sweeper, off the plate, called strike. 0-1 to Cal in the zone. Change up, swings over it. Cal has not been on the breaking balls, has not been on the fastballs. I mean, you're hoping for Cal. Something's going to happen. And Cal, okay, last 10 games at Yankee Stadium, 4 homers, 7 RBI. Is this Cal that same Cal? That's a changeup on the plate. Won't be taking that, or won't be swinging at that on 0-2. Cal has reportedly been in the cage. I mean, working like crazy on everything. They say he went around, yeah. So change up way outside. They say that Cal went around. I didn't see if he actually went around. It didn't maybe look like it to me quite. So 2 outs. Yeah, after this inning, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And yeah, the final takeaways, I mean, celebrating Dan Wilson under fire, so awkward. And now Brendan Donovan, 0-1. I mean, we all kind of know the drill with the Mariners at this point. You either win or you don't, and you don't win, a lot of people's jobs are going to be lost. You win, you quite literally can turn everything around. Do the Mariners have a problem that couldn't be fixed by winning? I think so. Do they have a problem that couldn't be fixed by performing well, by like being a joy to watch? If they were like a joy to watch, and like you'd have to think they'd be winning. Oh, and Brendan Donovan does make it to first base on an errant throw. All right, so maybe we're not hanging up the stream quite yet. I love, I mean, Dan hugging Rick Riz, that was a great moment. I mean, you get that he's, a great figure in the organization. He's been on the best teams in the team's history, but it's just tough to justify, him being the manager right now. Even Jeff Passan basically has come out explicitly, 2 weeks ago and said Mariners should fire Dan Wilson. He said all but those exact words. And I don't call for people's jobs on this channel. I'm not going to be the one who says they need to, but I can say why they should and why they shouldn't. And the mountain of evidence of, just the record, being in this modern day and age, you can think that, there's some different things, and not everything is dictated by the basic stats. But when they get to some point, I mean, and Dan Wilson is not, there's no reason that he should have the, okay, it's 1-1 to Weston Wilson, 2-1, but there's no reason that Dan Wilson should have the, like, you haven't managed before, but now, before the Mariners, you've had a little bit of experience and a lot of success in that little bit of experience, but the process has maybe not been there the way that this team would need it the whole time. This team maybe just does need something different. Weston Wilson checked swing and does not go around. 3-1 Weston Wilson. I do think Weston Wilson against lefties is taking some of the best at bats on the team. I know a lot of people have called for this guy's job recently, but I would do quite the opposite. I would say Weston Wilson is calling for other people's jobs. And I know that sounds crazy, but he's taking the at bats that I've been waiting to see. I know what Weston Wilson's approach is, and he got hosed there. He should have challenged. He got hosed on that. So and then Weston Wilson does end up drawing the walk. I do think Weston Wilson's a good at bat in this lineup. I think he is just consistently one of the better ones these days when he does play, especially against the lefties. Weathers is all mad now. 2 runners on base. Colt Emerson up. Pitching coach out. So a mound visit for Colt Emerson. What are they going to say to do against Colt Emerson? Well, there's something I want to look at. When something like this happens. Let's look at how he is against these different pitch values. So changeup is not his particularly rough pitch. It's actually his third best behind the splitter and then the knuckle curve. But we want the per 100. And fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Yeah, so per 100 pitches is what we want. Per 100 pitches, he's actually not. He's actually slightly above on the fastball, slightly above on the cutter. Probably won't see a fastball. He's way above on the changeup. That's why they're meeting. It's because they think Emerson can hit the changeup because of this. He was just under that sinker. It is 0-2 now. Oh. All right, 0-2. Yeah, but man. So they're going sinkers up and into him. And they think that he's just not going to catch up to those sinkers up and in. Because you look at Colt Emerson, it looks like that's what's giving him a lot of trouble. And slider outside. All right, back into it, 1-2. There's no reason Colt can't get hot. One and two. Just go 1-0, Colt. Fouled off. Slider. That was over the plate. Tonight's post game is going to be, right after the game and a lot better. 1-2, Colt. Now it's 2-2. So Colt working this at bat a little bit. 47 pitches now for Weathers, by the way. I will say this. Even if you don't get runs off of him, this will be the 28th pitch of the inning. But I don't want to say that too quickly. I want to give us a chance and not sell us short. Bizcast, what does it got for us? Shoot. It is a ground out. So he grounds out on the sinker up and in. That was always the pitch they wanted to get him on. And they worked the count on him to 2-2. Then they did just that. Shoot. Well, where's the win probability on this? Yankees at 50.6. So the Mariners have 49% chance to win today, guys. That's something. Don't get anything for this expected batting average, but I don't know. There should be something there. And it's Cole Young that's bringing that up because it was the 480 XPA ground out. Let's go look at Weston Wilson real quick before we sign off here. Look at that ball. Fouls it off, middle. They don't pitch to him in the zone. So the guy who's trying to draw walks, they won't pitch to him in the zone. That means that he's doing something right. I guess that's where we're going to end it. I'm going to pick Weston Wilson to hit a bomb the rest of the game because I don't know what to do. And if I look for a rhyme or reason, I'll probably be wrong anyway. So let's have some fun with it. And I do think Weston Wilson has the most rhyme or reason of maybe any Mariners hitter in terms of a plate approach right now. I at least feel like I'm getting something consistent from him. Let me know, who do you think has the most consistent plate approach of any Mariners hitter right now? Love to see who you guys put in the comments down below. And I will see you guys after the game with an actual post-game. So see you guys then. Appreciate you bearing with me on the road to 500 subs. And remember, as long as you go 1-0 every pitch, stay stoic. And give all glory to God. You can't lose. The Mariners aren't going to lose tonight because they're going to do those 3 things. I believe it. See you guys later. Go M's.